The fairies won! The fairies definitely won!
Hey guys, Grifton here. I thought it would be fun to make a video about raid consumables for ferals and TBC. I break down all the options and which ones I'll be taking with me to raids. I want to give a quick shout out to Scotty J for providing some nice background music on this video today, and I hope you enjoy. First, we have to go over some quick changes that came with TBC. The big one is the Battle and Guardian Elixirs. So, a lot of these elixirs that we've used in the past had these ambiguous overlaps that we had to just be aware of. Now they've created a Battle and Guardian Elixir category where all the elixirs fall into one or the other, and you can't have more than one of each type of elixir. And then the Flasks themselves are considered both a Battle and Guardian Elixir. Some other things like potions and food are separate, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Also, scrolls are now a very important thing. So scroll of strength, scroll of agility, and scroll of protection are going to be something that you're going to see on the auction house, and you're probably going to want. Let's go over battle elixirs. So I'm just going to go through them and explain their advantages. So Elixir of Major Agility, increase your agility by 35, critical strike by 20. This is a great one, that's why I've got that green check mark there. Elixir of Major Strength, increases your strength by 35. It's okay. Fell Strength Elixir increases your attack power by 90, but it does decrease your stamina by 10 for 1 hour. Elixir of the Mongoose increases your agility by 25 and critical strike rating by 28. You'll be familiar with this because we've been using it all through Classic. Now, if you notice, compared to Elixir of Major Agility, yes, it has 10 less agility. However, it has 8 more crit rating. So if you're someone trying to get a really high crit rating, that might be the way to go. Honestly, I still think Elixir of Major Agility is better because agility gives you crit too. Onslaught Elixir increases attack power by 60 for 1 hour. I'm going to go Elixir of Mastery, increases all stats by 15 for 1 hour. And then another classic one that I put in here is Elixir of Demon Slaying. Now, this is only going to work against demons, obviously, but the attack power of 265, if you compare it to Onslaught Elixir above, it's giving you 60 attack power, whereas Demon Slaying is giving you 265, which is 4 times more. Yes, it only lasts 5 minutes, but this could be great for a specific demon fight. I obviously am still going to go Elixir of Major Agility for almost all fights, but keep that in mind if you do want to do some extra DPS and you think Elixir Demon Slaying might be the way to go. Alright, now for Guardian Elixirs, the choice is a little bit harder for me just because none of these really appeal to me that well, but we'll go over them. So Elixir of Major Defense increases armor by 550, but it's a flat 550, it doesn't scale with Bear, so it's only okay, in my opinion. Elixir of Major Fortitude increases maximum health by 250 and restores 10 health every 5 seconds. Elixir of Iron Skin increases resilience rating by 30, which would be good if you don't have all your defense, or if maybe you've got tons of defense and you want to shed some pieces without having to worry about, getting crit. This might be a good compromise. Gift of Arthas, this is good because even though it's a Guardian Elixir, it actually does do DPS indirectly for both you and the rest of your raid or party, which is nice because usually Guardian Elixirs are all about protection. And then you've got Spirit of Zanza, which I know these last two are from Classic, but they still hold up, especially Spirit of Zanza. If you compare it to Elixir of Major Fortitude, they both essentially give you 250 health. One's going to give you 10 health every 5 seconds, and the other one's going to give you 25 Spirit. If I'm torn between those two, I might just go Spirit of Zanza because it's easier to grab one really quick. Though you can only carry one at a time, so it's kind of annoying. I would probably lean Elixir of Iron Skin just to allow me to wear more threat gear. That's my opinion. If you're really worried about your armor not being high enough, Elixir of Major Defense is good, but again, we're going to go over the scrolls, and that's going to have a defense too, and it's going to feel a little redundant. Okay, for Flasks, I'm just going to be straight. I don't think it's the way to go. But if you want to go down that route, I'm going to walk you through each one. So Flask of Fortification is an increased maximum health of 500 and defense rating by 10. Sounds good for a bear, except you'd have to be giving up the Battle and Guardian Elixir, and the maximum health of 500 really isn't that much. Defense rating by 10, you'd be better off using the 30 Resilience, just because Resilience actually increases your chance to not be crit faster than defense does. I believe it's a 60-40, so you need 60 defense to reduce 1% of crit, whereas resilience you only need 40 or 39.2 technically in order to do the same reduction. Now defense is better in the long haul because it also gives you dodge, and once you hit the defense cap, defense rating can still be beneficial because it doesn't increase that dodge, whereas resilience, once you hit the cap, it becomes useless. So you might want to keep that in mind. So Flask of Relentless Assault increases attack power by 120. Now this is for the most part better than the battle elixir, because I think the highest battle elixir you can get is 60 attack power or 30 strength, but you also don't get any defense. Now this might be good if you're feral DPS because you don't care about defense, you don't care about gift of Barthas, you don't care about your stamina or your armor, so maybe for a DPS this might be the way to go, 120 attack power. But you can't increase your crit chance at this point, and that might be an important thing for you to want to work on. And then Flasks of Titans, I really just put this on here, just kind of a comparison between the two flasks for health. This one got nerfed pretty hard. It's down to 400 health for 2 hours. And then also on the right here, we've got unstable flasks. Now these can only be used in Gruul's Lair, but I thought it would be worth going over them. They're actually all pretty good. I would recommend Unstable Flask of the Beast, the middle one, but I think they would all be acceptable, and I could argue this would be better than using the Guardian Elixir and Battle Elixir, but I wouldn't bend over backwards, and it only works for one raid, so take that with a grain of salt. Now potions are a little bit different. I wouldn't just carry one type or another. I would carry a bunch of types and then use them accordingly. So for example, Haste Potion might be great for initial threat or other things like that, just high DPS. Iron Shield Potion and Heroic Potion you might want to use for safety, like if you don't want to die. Increase your armor by 2500, or Heroic Potion, increase your strength and increase your health. I don't know if Heroic Potion would be used as much because increasing your health by 700 probably isn't going to save you, but it might be kind of like your own little version of Last Stand. There are trinkets that do something like that though, so who knows, maybe you could combine the two. Free action potions from Classic are still exactly how they were before, so that makes them amazing. And then of course your mana potions. I put Super Mana Potion on here because it's the best one, but there are a variety of potions you can use if you want to power shift and get your mana up. Obviously I didn't even put Demonic Rune or Dark Rune on here. You can pop those as well. And actually Demonic Rune and Dark Rune are nice because they don't actually share cooldown with potions, so I would definitely recommend those if you feel like farming them. For food buffs, there's actually quite a few choices. I only put some of them on here to be honest, but I'm going to go through each one of these. So Spicy Hot Tail looks nice because it's got the 20 hit rating. If you're not hit capped, this is a great option for you. You also have Warp Burger and Grilled Mudfish, which are both agility and spirit. And then you've got Spicy Crawdad and Fisherman's Feast. Now I'll be carrying Warp Burgers and Fisherman's Feast like at all times. But there are other items you could get, especially if you're focused DPS. Roasted Cleft Hoof is 20 strength. I think there's Ravager Dogs have 40 attack power. There's a lot of choices. I choose these because for bears, agility is amazing, and then stamina obviously is great too. And these are the two things that I think I'm going to focus on early on. I might end up switching it up and do more threat itemized stuff like the strength, but for now this is what I'll be going with. And then for the classic items, I put Smoked Desert Dumplings just to kind of compare how good it is. Smoked Desert Dumplings has 20 strength. The comparable version of it for TBC is going to be the Roasted Cleft Hoof, which also has 20 strength. The Smoked Desert Dumplings might be easier to get. I don't know because you have to farm them out in Silithus. And there'll be plenty of people farming at TBC, so it might end up being easier and cheaper to just stick with the Roasted Cleft Hoof. But you never know. Just keep an eye out for the Smoked Desert Dumplings, or if you have a ton in stock, hold on to them because they're pretty good. I also want to add Rumsey Rum Black Label because this is one of the big changes in TBC. This is no longer considered an alcohol. This is considered a food, so you can't have this separately. This will override / be overwritten by your other food buffs, so keep that in mind. And then Dirge's Kickin' Chimera Chops. It's got 25 stamina. I just wanted to point that out that though the Fisherman's Feast and the Spicy Crawdad are 30 stamina, the dirges is actually pretty close, and especially if you're leveling, this would be a good one for tanking if you don't want to die. 250 health is quite a bit. Alright, for scrolls and other miscellaneous items, so scroll of protection, scroll of agility, and scroll of strength I would carry. I'm definitely going to use scroll of agility. Scroll of protection I might use if I feel my armor's a little bit too low. Scroll of strength might just be something I use when I'm either DPSing as a cat or if I just want to create some extra threat. But because you can only use one or the other, I'll probably lean on scroll of agility. These can't be crafted. They can only be from world drops and fishing and things like that, so they might get expensive. Buy them early or hold on to them if you get them. Adamantite Weightstone is now a must for us. We need to add weapon damage to our weapons, so just get that, carry it around. And then Drums of Battle, if you haven't heard, they kind of changed the way Drums of Battle work, but essentially you only need 5 people to have Drums of Battle. But since you should be a leather wearer, or leather worker I should say, you should already have Drums of Battle, but definitely carry these if you have it, if you have leather working. This final page here is just a quick summary of everything I'll be carrying personally. So for my battle elixir, I'll be using Elixir of Major Agility, and then for Guardian, I'll be carrying Elixir of Iron Skin. I'll also be carrying Elixir of Major Defense, just in case for my armor, and I don't need the defense or resilience. And then Gift of Arthas will probably be just sitting in my bag as in case I want to do a little bit more damage. For potions, I'll be carrying the Iron Shield Potion, the Super Mana Potion, the Free Action Potion, and the Haste Potion. And then for food, I'll have Fisherman's Feast for bigger stamina, Warp Burger for some agility, and then Spicy Hot Talbuck for DPSing if I don't have the hit. And then for all my miscellaneous, I'll be carrying Scroll of Protection, Agility, and Strength, Drums of Battle, and of course my Adamantite Weightstone. That's it. If you have any questions, please put comments in the bottom. Thanks for watching.